very, very proud of the people. Really another successful job. We're very, very proud of our military. Just like we're proud of the folks in this room, we are so proud of our military, and it was another successful event.
Did you authorize it, sir?
Everybody knows exactly what happened. And what I do is I authorize my military. We have the greatest military in the world, and they've done a job as usual. So we have given them total authorization, and that's what they're doing. And frankly, that's why they've been so successful lately. If you look at what's happened over the last 8 weeks and compare that really to what's happened over the last 8 years, you'll see there's a tremendous difference, So we have incredible leaders in the military, and we have incredible military, and we are very proud of them. And this was another very, very successful mission. Thank you very much.
Does it send a message to North Korea?
Thank you.
Does it send a message to North Korea?
I don't know if this sends a message. It doesn't make any difference if it does or not. North Korea is a problem. The problem will be taken care of. I will say this. Thank you very much, everybody.
From the Oval Office tonight, President Trump with a wink and a tease.
Thank you very much. You'll find out.
Revealing no new details about the meaning of this cryptic comment during a reception with military leaders and their spouses Thursday night.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
What's he talking about? The White House insisting President Trump never tips his hand.
We're never going to say in advance what the president's going to do.
It's unclear whether the president was just toying around, deflecting from the political storm engulfing his administration, or previewing some new action. Tonight, multiple U.S. officials telling NBC News President Trump will likely announce next week he won't certify Iran is complying with the nuclear deal, a move that could lead to new sanctions. His press secretary, unprompted, also bringing up North Korea.
We're continuing to put maximum economic and diplomatic pressure on countries like North Korea. We're going to continue to do that.
White House veterans warn words matter.
Those words that come out of the president's mouth have an impact all around the globe, and sometimes there are unintended consequences because of the words that are spoken.
It is Thursday, February 20th, and we're following the first 100 days of President Trump's administration. And we have your DC Daily headlines with the question, is the United States a democracy or a monarchy? A lot of people are asking that question after the official White House social media accounts posted a picture of President Trump wearing a crown with the words, "Long live the king," after the administration successfully eliminated congestion pricing in New York City. New York Governor Kathy Hochul responded with the White House post, claiming President Trump as a king is, quote, an attack on our sovereign identity and independence. I hate to tell you, but your federal tax returns are due in less than 2 months, and the Trump administration is expected to cut 7,000 IRS workers as early as today. Those layoffs are reportedly targeting employees who have been with the agency less than a year. It's not clear yet how or if those cuts might affect your tax returns or refunds.
It's been a brutal Monday for markets, both in India and across the globe. Let's unpack what just happened and why investors are seeing red. The Indian stock market opened deep in the red today, and things only got worse from there. The Sensex nosedived over 3,900 points to touch a low of 71,425, while the Nifty 50 cracked below 21,800, hitting 21,743. And it wasn't just the frontline indices. Mid caps plunged 7.5% and small caps collapsed nearly 10%. No sector was spared either. IT, auto, metals, realty, all down between 5 to 8%. So what triggered this bloodbath? Let's break down the key reasons behind this sharp sell-off. It all started on 2nd of April when US President Donald Trump dropped a trade shocker. Massive new tariffs, some as steep as 50%. That sent global recession fears soaring. US markets were the first to tumble and the ripple effect spread fast. Experts are calling it a COVID-like shock to the global economy. In Asia, the Nikkei dropped 7%, Shanghai lost 7%, and Hong Kong's Hang Seng tanked over 10%. And now, the sell-off has landed at India's doorstep. China didn't sit quiet. It hit back with 34% tariffs on US goods, curbs on rare earth exports, and fresh probes into American and Indian products. Tensions between the world's two biggest economies are now fueling investor anxiety everywhere. As fear spreads, global commodities are taking a hit too. Crude oil is down 6.5%, copper is down 6.5% again, and silver has plunged over 7%. Falling demand and trade war jitters are dragging everything lower. As panic sets in, investors are rushing out of risky assets like stocks and piling into safer bets like US Treasury bonds. This classic risk-off move is piling even more pressure on equity markets. Now, what does this mean for India? Sectors with high exposure to the US like tech, auto, pharma, metals and oil are taking the biggest hit here. But there's a silver lining. India's direct export exposure to the US is relatively low, just around 2% of GDP. Experts believe sectors tied to domestic consumption, think banks, aviation, hotels, cement, could stay resilient despite the chaos. For now though, there's no clear end in sight. The mood is jittery and the best strategy might just be to wait and watch. Stay tuned to Business Standard for the latest updates.
Everything they've built will fall! And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one!